Hey guys, Sam coming at you with another workout. We've got nothing but legs today, as I like to call it, the fire below, because everything below is going to be on fire by the end of this, or at least it's going to feel like it was forged in it and feel like steel. So for exercise number 1, we're going to be kicking off with just your squats. So chest up, core tight, drive those hips back, eyes out and in front of you. You want to keep a nice neutral spine as you do this. So maybe look at eye level the whole time. My gaze stays at that point the whole way down and back up again. So we've got 35 seconds on the clock. 5 different exercises, and we're going 3 times through. So for the last 10 seconds of round number 3, if you want to turn up, pay attention to me. We're going to be showing these exercises. I'm going to be showing you these exercises as we go through, and I'm going to be using my Tabata style timer that I just go ahead and I just grabbed it off of Google or whatever app store you're using. So with that said, squats kicking off in just 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Chest up, core tight, weight in those heels. Come down, right back up again. Now, as you're doing this classic exercise, if you find as you come down, oh man, that really bothers my knees, Sam, no problem. Feel free to go ahead, get as low as you feel comfortable. Just drive those hips back. Keep those knees in line with your ankles and heels the whole time. You don't want them tracking forward. That's where a lot of those knee problems will come from. So you want to kick them back, return. You might have some overactive quads. Don't worry about it. Remember, work to the pain, not through the pain. Keep it going for 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got your split squats next. So with your split squat, you're gonna keep one foot out in front, one foot behind, drop down, return, drop down, return. Now your weight should primarily be in that front leg's heel. Now if this is a little too much on that knee again, feel free to only come down as low as you feel comfortable, keeping your weight off of that rear leg. If anything, maybe go ahead and try just a nice little quarter single leg squat, tap the toe, return to the top, keep it going. We've got 20 more seconds of this, so you want to keep that chest up. Don't be afraid to let your knees track outwards a little bit. Keep them in line with the hips as best you can. You don't want to go too far out that line. Maybe track towards that pinky toe. Keeping it going for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're up. Shaking out those legs. We've got your side lunges. So you want your feet nice and wide on this one. Get as deep into the side lunge as possible. Hips back, weight in the heel, return to the top. Now, keep those toes pointed forward. Come down in it, return. Now again, you want to make sure your knees don't track over your toes on this. You'll see as I come down, my knee is back here, coming down straight to that ankle, return to the top. Keeping it right here. Now, if you find that's a little too aggressive for those knees again, go ahead, step out, get as low into it, maybe narrow that stance, keep it right here. 15 more seconds. We're almost through. Chest up. Eyes out in front the whole time, as deep into this lunge as you can. Keeping it going for 3, 2, 1, done. All right, shaking it out. We've got your glute bridges. You're gonna take it down to the ground. Driving those hips up. Drive with that chin as well. Drop the hips, return. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Come on back down and repeat from there. Now you wanna lead with that chin. Keep that chest up, contract the glutes at the top. Remember folks, when it comes to squeezing glutes, you want to squeeze your glutes and no one else's. So keep it right here and stay safe out there. Keep it going for just a little bit longer. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, Sam, taking it to the ground on that one is a little too much for me, you can keep it standing with your good mornings. Hinging at the hips, leading with that chest and chin. Keeping it right here, contracting the glutes at the top for 2, 1, boom. All right, now we've got your split crisscross, your squat with a crisscross. So with your squat with a crisscross, you're gonna come down in that squat, pop up, cross the feet, kick them back out. Now, feel free to alternate which foot hops out in front. Not digging the hop, you can step that foot in. Start with your classic square, your classic squat, feet hip width apart, come down in your squat, come up, step the foot in, come on back out. Now you just want to tap that toe. You don't really want to put too much pressure in there. You don't want to come up, cross the feet all together. So we're going to keep this going for just 10 more seconds. Now remember, you can go ahead and hop into this, get that crisscross action. Just make sure you get nice and low in that squat for 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we've got your classic squats coming right back at you. Chest up, core tight, keeping it going in 3, 2, 1, come down, right back up again. Again, remember, weight in those heels. You want to go ahead, keep that chest up, eyes out and in front of you, lead with the chin. You don't want to let your chest collapse forward on this. You want to keep that chest up, come down, return. Keep it right here. Now, if you want to get a little bit deeper in that squat, that's more than okay. You want to up the intensity on this. Don't be afraid to just go ahead, grab what's near. Maybe it's a gallon of water, maybe it's a cat, maybe it's a child. Just go ahead, use them so you can get that weight and that squat for that last 2 seconds. Split squat coming your way. I started with my right foot forward. Make sure you don't do the same side by accident twice in a row. Or better yet, go ahead. You'll just have one really buff leg and one really okay looking leg. Now, with your split squat, you're gonna feel this in your hamstring and glute primarily, and your IT band is gonna be what stabilizes you. You want your knee to flirt with the ground, try not to bounce off it. I've done it a couple of times here. You wanna go ahead, keep those knees nice and safe, and keep them off the ground for just 13 more seconds. I know it's an unlucky number, but it's almost gone. Here we go, 9 more seconds. And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out, shake it out. Side lunges, okay, whichever side you did before. You don't want to do it again right now. Keeping that chest up. Come on down into it. Weight primarily in that heel. Keep those feet nice and wide. Get nice and low in it. Keep that chest up. Yes, you want to drive the hips back, but you want to keep that chest up the whole time. Now, if this isn't for you, again, narrow that stance a little bit. Get as low into it. Shift your weight into that hip, bend the knee, return to the top. Jon Snow eventually did, you can too. Keeping it right here for 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we've got your glute bridge. Remember, if you're not taking it to the ground, you've got your good mornings. Keeping it right here. Coming on down, driving the hips. If you are on the floor, remember, this is what you got. Hips up, contract the glutes, come on back down. Hands planted on the floor here. You want to go ahead, come on down, or maybe the elbows will help with that stability ever so slightly. Contracting the glutes, coming right back down, letting that butt and that low back flirt with the floor a little bit. Keep it right here. Now, I can't see the clock right now, guys, so just hang in there. Hang tight with me for just a little bit longer. We're almost there. Let it burn. Contract those glutes at the top for 2, 1. There we go. And we're up. All right, squat with a crisscross. Come on down to it. Come on up. Bring those feet together. Cross the body. Right back down. Now, if you're not taking the hop, again, you can step into this. Keeping it right here. Keep that chest up. Step into each one of these. Keeping it going for 25 more seconds. We're almost through. Again, you can hop into this. You can step into this. Whatever works. Remember, folks, we are almost done. We've got 14 more seconds. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right, folks, this is it. Set number 3, final round. Starting with those squats. Chest up, core tight, eyes out in front. Sit down in it. Get as low in that squat as you feel comfortable. Drive those hips. Keep that chest up, eyes forward, on the wall, out in front of you. Now, remember, if that's too much on the knees, lessen the range of motion. Come on down, quarter squat. More than okay. You want to up that intensity, grab that weight, get a little bit lower. Or for the final 10 seconds, you're going to go ahead, let it burn, get that hop all the way at the top. Keeping it right here, driving the hips, contracting the glutes for 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, split squats coming your way. We're gonna alternate sides here. Feel free to start early. Chest up, come down into it, right back up. Now, your rear leg probably won't fully extend on this one. You'll notice that with me on this one. I come down, I sit back into it, I drive through that heel, I keep it right here. Now, as you do this, when we hit the halfway point, we're gonna switch sides here. Keeping it going for 2, 1, switch sides. Here we go, letting it burn on the other. Now, also, I'm pumping the arms for that balance, but I'm also letting that knee track out towards that pinky toe. This right here is going to go ahead and allow my IT band to help with that balance as well. Keep it going for 3, 2, 1. All right, side lunge is coming your way. We're gonna hit one side for the first 20 or 18 seconds, then we're gonna hit the other. Here we go, 2, 1, down, back up. Stick to one side for the first half, switch to the other side for the other. Feel that stretch on the inside of that thigh. Feel that IT band and hip and glute help drive you back up to standing for 2 more seconds, and we're switching. Keeping it right here. Try to keep those hands off of the legs here. They can stay up top. You can bring them behind the back. Keep it going for 10 more seconds. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, glute bridges, taking it down to the ground. Remember, lead with that chin and chest. Now, as you're doing this, you want to step up. Feel free to go ahead. Drive the heel, keeping it right here. Leg as straight as you can. Drive the heel and those hips up towards the ceiling, keeping it going. Now, at that halfway point, in about 4 seconds, we're going to switch sides. So keep it going for 2, 1. If you're using the single leg, switch sides. Otherwise, keep it going just what you were doing. Leg as straight as you can manage. Really try to bring that toe so it's in line with that chin/nose. Keeping it going for 8 more seconds. Oh yeah. Keep it right here. Feeling that stretch. Feeling that contraction in the glute for 2, 1. All right. Squat with a crisscross. This is it. Final exercise of round number 1. We're going to keep this going in 2, 1. Squat down. Come on up. Crisscross those toes. Come on back down. Now, again, you can step into each one of these. Squat, step, step out. Come down. Return, step out. Now, you want to reach across the body with that foot. Keeping it right here. Now, if this is not for you, you can always go ahead and go for the classic. Come on down, pop up, crisscross. But for the final 10 seconds, let's keep those feet off the ground. Crisscross them at the top. Jump so high I can't see you right now. Not that I can see you anyway. 3, 2, 1, boom. All right, you've got about a minute to go ahead, get that drink of water, catch that breath, relax. You're all set for round number 1. We've got 1 more round coming your way, 3 sets in that as well, 35 seconds on. And just like the last one, it is going to be focusing primarily on legs, but it is also going to be focusing on strength, power, and balance. We're hitting a little bit of everything on this one. So, 30 seconds, grabbing that drink, in through the nose, out through the mouth, re-get that breathing. All right, now 15 seconds. Your first exercise is actually going to be, let's go ahead and see what we got coming up. We've got your narrow to wide squat. So your narrow to wide squat, you start with your feet classic squat style. So feet about hip width apart. You come down, you're gonna bring the feet together. Come down to that narrow squat. Kicking this off in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now, you can hop into each one of these. Just go ahead, make sure your legs are straight as you return. You want to keep this going for just 25 more seconds. Again, not digging the hop. You can step into this. Come down as low as your knees, hips, and low back will allow. And then when you step your feet together, narrow implies that it is just within your hip range. So if you find that this is too close, your feet don't need to touch. Get them within that hip. Come down, return. Step out, come down, return. Bring them in. Keep it going for 3, 2, 1. All right. Next up, we've got your sumo squat. Toes pointed out and away from the body. Chest up, core tight. You can go ahead, get that sumo squat, return to the top. Feel free to go ahead and let out your inner E Honda. Come on down, maybe pump those arms a little bit. Come on back up. Now, regardless of how you're doing these squats, remember toes are pointed out and away from you at 45 degrees, but you still want to drive those hips back. You want to feel this in the IT bands and glutes on the outsides here, keeping it going for 18 more seconds. So, keeping that chest up, core nice and tight. Feel free to use those arms for that balance. Keeping it going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, plank with the leg raise down on the ground. Keeping that chest up right here. You want to raise those legs like so. But if you find that's too much for you, this can be done from the knees, or the very same action can be done from the wall. So go ahead, find yourself some wall space, hips drawn in, core nice and tight, drive the heels up. Now, as you're doing this, you want to keep that core tight. You want your back to round. You don't want it to arch. So, keeping that in mind, let's keep this going for 15 more seconds. hips drawn in, chest up, leading with that chin. Keep it right here for 9 more seconds. Abs nice and tight. Draw that belly button into that spine for 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now we've got your jump lunges. Chest up, core tight. You're gonna step that foot back, drop down, pop up, switch legs. Now, as I'm doing this, folks, you're gonna notice my chest stays up. I use my arms for that balance. If you're not digging the hop, no worries. Step back, drop the knee, return. Step back, drop the knee, return. And if that still bothers the knees, no problem. Step back, keep that rear leg straight this time, and reach those arms away from the body. You're gonna feel the stretch in that core, right in those obliques. This is essentially gonna pull on those hips a little bit, hit that quad, keeping it going for 4, 3, 2, 1. Got my counts mixed up on that one. No worry, lunge tour. We're gonna go ahead, start with that forward lunge, come up, step out into that side lunge, come up, step back into that reverse lunge, come up, and crisscross across the body. See what I did there? Forward, side, reverse, curtsy. Now, this is right here. Lesson in strength, lesson in balance, lesson in strength again. And guess what? Some etiquette as well. That's right. Go ahead, show them how strong your legs are with those lunges, and then go ahead, show them you got some class and get that curtsy in there. Keeping it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that right there. Round 2, set 2. We're gonna go ahead into it right now. Feet about hip width apart. Squat, bring them in. Squat, bring them out. Now, again, classic squat for that first one. Feet about hip width apart, come down into it, return, bring them in so your feet are within that hip line, and then come down again. You're gonna feel this in not only your legs, but your core in trying to keep that chest up. Remember, draw that belly button to that spine, keeping it going for 7 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now we've got your sumo squats. Toes pointed out and away from you. Chest up, core tight. We're gonna sit down in 3, 2, 1. Coming down, return to the top. Now, you want your heels in line with your hips, but your toes tracking beyond those a little bit. Keep that chest up, and no matter what, your knees do not track forward. Keep them back here. Straighten the legs, drive the hips, return to the top. Here it is from the side. Toes, 45-degree angle. You don't want to go too crazy. Come down into it, return to the top, drive the hips. Hips back, weight in those heels, return to the top, drive the hips. Keeping this going for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Low plank with a leg raise. Remember, you can take this to the wall, you can take it to the ground. I'm going to show you real quick. While on the ground, this leg raise can also be equally as effective from the knees. You just want to come up into a high plank and drive the heel back. Try to get that heel above the hip line and repeat on the opposite side. Now, as you're doing this, if you find your hips are opening up side to side as you go ahead and kick that leg back, try widening up those arms like so. Chest up. You want to go ahead, drive the heel back and up. Keep those eyes down and in front of you to go ahead and keep that spine nice and safe. Flexing the foot, working those low abs as well as those glutes. You're not going to have a nice set of abs unless you have a nice butt. Keep it going for 10 seconds. Ah, yeah. All right, jump lunges coming at you. Chest up, core tight. We're going to step back into it, pop on up, hit the other side. Keep it going. Remember, pumping those arms really helps. But if you find that is not for you, with that hop, step into each one of these. Come down, return. Drive through the heel, return to the top. Keep that chest up, return to the top. Keeping it right here. Now, if that is still not for you, remember, step back, get that alternating lunge, get as low into it, and step back as far as you can, opening up that hip and that quad. You'll see that right over here. Get that line going for 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we've got your lunge tour. You're gonna step forward into that lunge. Just remember, whatever side you hit before, you wanna hit the other this time. So, starting with that right side for me, we're gonna go ahead, just like so. Remember, You want to go ahead, focus on that balance. Maybe you want to step it up a little bit. Let that foot hover as you go into each. And remember, when it comes to balance, you're not going to go ahead and just have it. Even if you don't have it, you want to make it better, this is your opportunity. Let your foot hover. A little bit of a toe tap is not something to be ashamed of. So you come up, tap the toe. Come out, side lunge. Tap the toe, reverse lunge. Tap, kick it across. Just like so. 3, 2, 1. All right, folks, here we go. Round number 3, set number 2, round number 3. Here we go. Narrow to wide squat. Feet hip width apart. Let's start. Come down, come in, come down, come out. Keep it right here. Now, you want to make sure you kick your hips behind you on each one and let your knees track simply over those ankles and heels return. Pardon me. Now, as you're doing this, if you find that this is not for you, you can only come down as low as as possible for you, okay? So make sure if your hips are only allowing you but so far, that's good enough. You can only give me your best, and that's all I'm asking for. For 2, 1, done. Sumo squats coming at you. Remember, you want to step it up, grab yourself some weight. Toes pointed out and away from you. Chest up, come down into it. Hips drawn back, reach out with those arms, keep it going. Now, as you're doing this, you can keep those hands up. This right here is a good practice for those classic goblet squats. So you're gonna go ahead, keep the hands to the chest, come on down, return to the top. Keep it right here. Now, if you're not digging this, you kind of go for the classic squat, toes pointed forward if you feel so inclined, or you can lessen the points of those toes. Instead of a 45, maybe go for a 30-degree kind of point here. Keeping it going for 7 more seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, low plank with a leg raise. Again, this can be done from the walls or on the ground from the knees, or you can even go for that high plank and you want to drive that heel up, come on back in. Now, you can step up the intensity by coming up into that high plank, but you do run the risk of opening up those hips to make this happen. If that is what's going on, widen the hands a little bit. Keep it right here for just 20 more seconds. Drive the heel, return to the top. Drive the heel, come on back down. Get that heel over those hips and those glutes. Lead with that chin, but keep that spine nice and neutral. So your eyes should be right outside, right beyond your fingertips. Keep it going for 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right, jump lunges. We got 2 more exercises and we're all set. So with your jump lunges, remember, chest up, step down into it, pop up, hit the other side. Let your knee flirt with the ground here. Try not to let it make contact. Remember, it is okay to let that knee track out to the side a little bit, to hover towards that pinky toe, just not over it. And repeat on the opposite side. Here it is from the front. Come down right here, come up right here. Now you can use the arms to pump through this, keeping it going. You got 15 more seconds. If that's too much, step into it. If that's still too much, remember that step back with that reach away. Try not to phone it in. Get the most out of each repetition for 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Your lunge tour. We're gonna start on one side, we're gonna end on the other. 3, 2, 1. Stepping forward with that left leg, stepping out with that left leg, stepping back with that left leg, stepping across with that left leg. There we go. 30 seconds left. 5 seconds down. So in theory, you should be able to do at least 4 of these on each side. So here we go. We hit the 3 on that side. Let's go ahead and aim for 4 on this one. So we got that front leg, that front lunge, that side lunge, that reverse lunge, that crossover lunge, return. Now remember, this is a test in strength, balance, coordination, and a little bit of power with that coming up. 2, 1. Nice job, everyone. You're all set. You've done more than most out there. You got here, you did your workout. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of that and working out with me. If you enjoy what you saw, don't forget, like and subscribe for my channel right here. We got much more workouts coming your way, including next week's. And if you want to just see more of me, feel free to follow me on Instagram on Nerd Coach Fury. With that said, folks, have a great rest of your day. Hope you enjoyed the workout. Peace.